Looking at our add item to cart test, we haven't even finished all the steps yet and it's already quite long. Another way we can abstract implementation details in Nightwatch is via a page command. This is where we encapsulate logic for some multi-step process into a single command. For example, say you had a search bar on your page. To enter a search, you'd have to tell the browser to find the input, set its value, and then click the search button. If you need to repeat these steps frequently, it makes sense to write a function which takes the search term as an argument and performs the correct sequence of actions. One of the multi-step processes in our test that we could create a page command for is registration of a user. This would allow us to easily reuse these steps in any new tests. So let's go to our registration page object and add a commands property to the forms section. We're going to assign an array to this, and in this array, let's put an object here with a function property, submit. Now note this is just a regular function, it's not a fat arrow, as Nightwatch binds the section object to the this keyword, and we'll need that. Now back in our test, let's copy the registration form submit commands here, as these will be the ones that we want to abstract into our new page command. We'll then come back to the page object, and we're going to paste those into the body of that new method. Now of course this variable form is not going to be defined here. But that's fine because we can change that to this, as it's actually pointing to exactly the same object. Finally, we're going to return the context object as well. That's going to ensure our method is consistent with the Fluent API. With our new page command now defined, we can replace these registration steps with the method, which is simply submit, like that. Next, let's provide parameters to our page command. So rather than hard-coding the name, email, and password in the method body, let's make it so we can pass these values in from the test. So what we'll do is pass an object as an argument to the command. And we're going to deconstruct that into name, email, and password variables. We can then replace the hard-coded values with these variables. So name, email, and password. Back in the test file, let's define a user object outside the context of the test module so that we can use the same details across multiple steps. So let's define a variable user, and we're going to assign that an object. And this is just going to have our user details on it. So we'll have the name, and the email, and finally the password. We can now pass this user object into form submit. We can also pass user.name here into the contains text assertion. That is going to ensure that we're pointing to a single value. Even though we haven't changed any logic, it'd be a good idea to run our test suite again and just make sure that everything is still working.